Welcome in to Chasing Chips podcast. What's up, everybody? It's Charles Dix, and I'm here with Josh.
How we doing,
Congratulations.
Charles?
I'm good, Josh. I'm good. Good. Yay, good for you guys.
Man,
You
okay.
won game
Back to
two.
reality. Back to reality. It's nice. It's nice to be in the reality.
Yeah, it is reality. It's one and one. That's the reality.
Yeah.
And we play close games. Yeah.
Close game. Oh, so you call was it a 13-point lead? A close game?
I mean, yes, we got it down to 6 points, and then we decided to have a turnover, a missed shot, and then a turnover. So that didn't really help. But
What was the end score though?
It doesn't. Look at here, man.
It doesn't matter what the end score is. Is that what you're trying to say?
It does matter with the scale. It does matter with the end score. As I can see, you're very happy about your win. Congratulations! It's 1-1, and we're coming back to LA. So that's all I gotta say. We're just waiting.
You act like coming back. You act like coming back to LA is like a big thing for the Clippers. No offense. No offense. I'd say that one. Let's be real.
Let's go ahead.
Phoenix and LA are not very far from one another. A lot of our players play in LA, and they will spend a lot of time in LA. Plus, we'll agree that LA, at least in the current stadium in crypto, is the Lakers stadium, right?
Oh, we going there? Wow.
Yeah. So
wow, this is where we're going.
Yeah, this is where we're going. I mean, until you have your own stadium.
Oh,
your home advantage, I'd say, is the least intimidating in the NBA.
Man. Okay. I guess fans don't matter. I mean, it's not like Laker fans are going to show up to our game. I mean,
they might. Honestly, they might. That's my point. Is that there will probably be Lakers fans there, just talking shit. And I will think there will be plentiful of Suns fans at your stadium as well. Anticipate that. Are there going to be a lot of Clippers fans at the Phoenix games? Probably not.
So we share arena, and we still have no chips. You have your own arena, and you have no chips. So does it even matter? Does it even matter whose arena you're in? You have your own arena. No. Congratulations. Right now. But you have no championships. So we're in the same boat right now. Our fans show up. No. I can go to any Suns game I want and get as close as possible. If I wanted to travel to Phoenix, when the Lakers
drop a lot of money on that.
When LA plays in Phoenix, there's a whole bunch of Laker fans. Laker fans travel. That has nothing to do with anything. There's always a lot of Laker fans everywhere.
I think you're just deflecting.
It's one of the biggest. I'm not deflecting.
You're deflecting.
You brought up. Okay.
I brought up the point that you going back home doesn't have as much weight. Like, that doesn't scare me. Like, oh, we're going to the Lakers stadium to play. And I think it's almost neutral grounds, honestly.
Oh, I don't think it's neutral ground.
Okay.
At one.
Okay.
It's not. But good try at that.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, this one sole thing that's going to happen is that your bench has to show up on the road, which I don't see it happening because they can't even show up at home. So
our bench has not showed up either of these games. So, and we still won one. So what's your point?
Your bench.
Our bench scored 6 points the last game. And then 2 points the game before.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
I mean, I don't count on Torrey Craig to have 15 points again. So when that happens, because he's on the road, anybody not named KD or Devin or CP3 probably won't have a good game on the road.
Ayton? I'm pretty sure Ayton has always done well against the Clippers in the playoffs.
Oh, okay. So game one, he did well?
He didn't do bad.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I mean, he's still a number one pick, so I understand that he cannot do bad.
He's our fourth best player. So
I mean, now he's your fourth best player. Now you have CP3 over DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, for sure.
So game two changed your trajectory like that.
No, I would say it was always kind of I would say it's always kind of neck and neck with them as far as their value. And where they sit in the playoffs. And we're talking about playoffs, right? So we can agree that Chris Paul is clutch in the playoffs obviously you take that with a grain of
If he's
salt
playing.
because he's cursed and he's had problems with actually winning in the playoffs. But the guy, even though he's old, he is able to hit very clutch shots in the fourth, right?
He got his legs.
And that's incredibly valuable. And Ayton is an X factor as well. I think they're neck and neck as far as like the third and fourth option. I think in the fourth quarter, I want the ball to be in Chris Paul's hand. But then also there's a huge value that Ayton has with like swaying the momentum of the game. Like in the second quarter, I think it was great because Ayton really helped us eliminate that lead when we were down like double digits, and then obviously Devin Booker just kind of took over. But my ask from am I like echoing in your shit right now?
Yeah. You keep going. No one else is hearing that. You're fine.
But I'd say that my one ask, right, is for Monty to just stop playing Shaman. Like I'm fine. You can play Craig. You can start Craig. You can start Okogie. But I need Shamit to be out of the lineup, the rotation. You have 11 players playing in the rotation. I don't understand what the point is of putting Ish Wainwright in the game for 40 seconds or putting TJ Warren in there for 2 minutes. Just can you reduce it down a little bit? Josh Okogie is a difference maker, even though he's smaller. Okay, I understand. You start Craig because he's bigger. I get it. But Okogie makes cuts. He plays well with the starters. And he is aggressive, and he's a pest on defense, and he gets offensive rebounds. Those are things that we need in our lineup at some point, whether he's starting or not. We need at least 15 to 20 minutes from Okogie. And then we need a scorer too. So, like, I would like to see TJ Warren in the rotation or what's his name? Fucking the guy from that we got from the Magic. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, TJ Warren, which is not going to happen. I understand.
No, I think TJ Warren, and then what's
Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross didn't get no burn. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think you're gonna get 17 points from Torrey Craig again in Game 3, good luck thinking that.
If you think you're holding KD to 25 points again, then good luck with that. We can play this game all day.
No. That's not the same. That's like me saying hold Kawhi to some. That's not the same. What I'm saying is I'm naming people that did stuff they usually don't do in last game. Torrey Craig don't score no 17 point. Kevin Durant last game was being
averaging a season 40% from three right now.
Saying. That's good. I mean, if you're shooting 2 shots or 3, yes, you can make 1 for 3. I mean, 1 for 3, 1 for 2, 2 for 3. What are you talking about? Cool story, bro. He's not getting 17 again. But at the end of the day, Kevin Durant, I didn't say we're going to stop Kevin Durant. I don't think we're going to stop Devin Booker. That's not the plan. Devin Booker, they're going to get theirs. They're fantastic. They're great players. KD was a better facilitator yesterday, which was really great to see. He was doing a lot of things. He was passing out of the double team that we were sending him, getting Devin Booker the ball more touches. I don't see Torrey Craig scoring 17 points. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Batum, Powell, and Bones going 0 for 11 in total from three-point land at home.
Yeah, Bones, I need you to keep shooting that 3, please. Keep shooting that 3 because that shot's broken.
It's not broken. I can throw out the same percentage you just did with Torrey Craig. He usually makes at least 1 or 2 a game. He made 0 this game. So I'm just saying.
Well, your boy Torrey Craig shot. You had made more points the last game than he did this game. So you're up at arms that he made 17. Well, he made 22 last game. So keep.
He had 22 points. He had 22 points game 1. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Torrey Craig had 22 points in game 1.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I have to look at that. I didn't
here.
know that.
I'm looking at it right now. He had 22 points.
Wow. Well, what was the difference in game 1 and game 2 then? What was the difference? That was good. You got me on that one. I guess. I think his threes were bigger in game 2 than when his 22 points he scored against us. What's the difference from this game from the last one?
The difference is we started to double Kawhi. And I don't think you guys have an answer for when we double Kawhi. I mean, you have to rely on, your other players like Norman Powell, and is Norman Powell going to win you a game? Like I'm saying, I would take that bet. I would take that bet that either Norman Powell or Terrence Mann or who's like your other scorers, or Russell Westbrook. Like, if we double Kawhi, do you have another Devin Booker-esque type player that can go get a bucket when he's open? No problem. Shooting like 60-something%. I don't think so. I think Norman Powell's
No, we don't have
points.
I agree. We don't have a Devin Booker as player, but we have a team. We have one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. So I don't foresee Nicholas Batum having a 0-point game again. You know what I'm saying? But
best 3-point shooters in the league.
Norman Powell had 12 with third best 3-point shooting team in the league. Third best. You know what I'm saying? And we're even better at home. So, like I said,
Torrey Craig and Batum shoot the same 3-point percentage, FYI.
I'm not saying him. I'm saying team. Whereas a team, you keep missing the team. You keep individualizing every single stat I throw at you. You pick out one player and then you say, this player is doing this. I don't care what this player is doing. I really don't. As a team, I think the games will always be close. This game obviously got out of hand at the end because we started to do a lot of turnovers at the end. We have to win the turnover battle. And we have to win the 3-point battle. And we're fine. Like I said, I'm okay. And I've been saying this. I'm okay with Devin Booker scoring 30. I'm all right with Kevin Durant scoring 30. It's just the other guys we can't have go off. You can't have another 20-point guy. In last game, you did it. You did.
We have 4 guys that can go get 20. No problem.
Oh, yeah. No. False. You don't have 4 guys. And you have 3 guys that can go get 3. You got 2 guys that can go get 20 and no problem. You got another guy Ayton is a question mark mentally, as we have seen in the last 2 games. You know what I'm saying? One game is foul trouble. One game he just couldn't make baskets. And then Chris Paul, who knows if he has legs that game? Game 1, no legs. Didn't look good. Game 2, had legs. Looked good. Game 3, we don't know what we're going to get. We don't. We don't know what we're going to get at that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have 4 guys that can get you 20. Yeah, I guarantee.
I'm pretty sure Chris Paul was cooking y'all in the second half yesterday. So, I mean, even if he's like 70 years old, I feel like he's going to be able to get his in the fourth quarter. So.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. We're going to really focus on, and I think Ty Lue should make this adjustment, is focus on swinging the ball to wherever Chris Paul is, and that person go one-on-one against him. Because Chris Paul can't guard anybody we got. He can't.
That's fair.
Sorry. He can't guard Bones. And if Bones is, according to you, are one of our worst players, which he's not, he can't even guard Bones.
Who's one of your worst players in the lineup then?
I don't think anybody's one of the worst players. I think
there you go. So we're never going to agree then. So
yeah.
Bones is one of your worst players in the lineup. Like when Bones is in, I'm like, okay, yes, like this is for us an opportunity to create a little bit of a lead or come back. Because I think although Bones was cooking Chris Paul in that game, but also Chris Paul was cooking Bones on the other side. So like they're both defensive liabilities and they kind of mark each other off. And if we're sitting here comparing Batum and like you use Batum as like, we don't expect him to be off like last time. I would put Batum and Torrey Craig in the exact same category. Their stats are very similar, so like you can say, hey, Batum's the difference. I say Torrey Craig and Okogie are the difference, and I want TJ Warren off the bench and scoring.
And that's what I'm saying. That was the difference. I feel like the difference is Torrey Craig had his 17, and I didn't even know he had 22 points to game 1. That's unbelievable. I didn't know that. So for him to have that, and the second game he has 17, and Batum don't even have 10. Is bad. That's not a good thing. So Batum has to start making his shots, and he will at home. But what I believe is that Chris one-on-one, Chris Paul in the pick and roll is graceful. It's beautiful. I've been watching it since he's been in the league. If that's going to happen, and we're going to keep taking steps back, he's going to knock that down. That's the obvious thing. What I'm saying is that we step on that and make Chris make a play. Whenever we made Chris make a play out of that pick and roll, like try to shoot, he missed. But when we don't know what we're gonna do. No. Let me finish. When we don't know what we're doing, when Zubac doesn't step up or just double team and get the ball out of his hands immediately, then that's what Chris does. What his damage. You know what I'm saying? But
you're gonna double team Chris?
No, we needed. It's called hedging. We're going to hedge. They need a hedge. What Zubac wasn't doing well in that game was hedging. He wasn't hedging. He would. Chris would do the pick and roll. He would take a step back, but he didn't really. He wasn't confident if he's going to take a step back or go forward.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think a lot of his points in the second half did not come from pick and rolls. It came from one-on-ones.
False.
What do you mean?
That
rewatched the game. I watched the game.
I watched the game.
Rewatched the game. Did you not see what he was doing? Like, look up Chris Paul highlights after this podcast.
I will.
And you're going to see that most of his points were not on pick and rolls. Most of his points were one-on-ones. And he's putting your boys on skates.
Yeah. He was one-on-one when we switched, and he's one-on-one Zubac. So, yes, that is right. He should win that battle. I do remember those plays. One-on-one against the center. Chris Paul wins. Yeah, he should win that.
All right, but
one-on-one against a guard.
The same thing y'all are saying about, like, oh, we need to put Chris Paul on an island and just attack him one-on-one is what
a guard versus a guard.
Yeah, is what we do, like, with you and your team. Like, we're fine. I would love for Chris Paul to go against Bones or for to go against Zubac. No.
He went against Bones. It wasn't scoring on Bones. He was scoring on Zubac. That's the thing. He was
cooking Bones. What are you talking about?
No, he wasn't cooking Bones. Please. What game was you watching?
Please.
No. I mean, Bones made him fall, but let's not. But he didn't make the shot.
Fall. So. He didn't make the shot. It don't count though. So that's why we're not going to talk about it. I did see that. We're not going to talk about it though because he didn't make a shot. So make or miss league.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, one thing I think I'm gonna just go off of. One of the things that I feel like the officiating has been teeter-totter. It's been some games it's been good, but I think it's been kind of even. I think they miss calls on both ends. I think they're doing a good job of letting things go. I will say I do expect Kawhi to get a little bit more calls in Game 3. A little bit. I'm not saying a lot. I do say because you saw.
Well, he's gonna be giving up that ball because we're gonna be trapping him.
Okay,
and if Norman Powell is the guy that beats us, or if Batum is the guy that wins the game for the Clippers, then so be it. But I will take that bet.
Yeah, and all right. So that's what I'm thinking. And I believe in the first 10 minutes we'll know how the game is going to be called on Kawhi. So if they double and whoever's doubling, who usually goes with KD starts off with him, guarded him, and then Torrey comes to double. You
got to flip that. So Torrey Craig is the one that's guarding him, and then KD was Shed. At the end, KD was guarding him, but Torrey Craig is the one that was guarding him
a little bit. Most of the time. Okay.
I mean, here's the thing: is that we're not going to be able to stop Kawhi. We just got to contain him and hope that he gives up the ball when we double him, and then hope that the other players miss. And that's all we got. I don't think you guys have another star to counter the double team.
We have another star. Russell Westbrook is a star. Stop trying to play his role. He is a star. He had a great game last night.
Okay, but he's not a shooter. Can we agree with that? He's been playing out of his mind now, but it's not going to be consistent throughout the series. He's not going to be hitting threes.
It's only been 2 games.
He's not going to be hitting threes. The guy's a career under 30% 3-point shooter. Come on, let's be real. So
I know
I'm not worried about Westbrook on doubles for Kawhi because it's about shooters. That's what you need to balance out the double teams. So because of space, and we'll leave Westbrook out there and let him shoot threes. Let him keep chucking it up there, and if he makes it, again, it's a make or miss league. And I'll take that bet. If Russell Westbrook is killing us from 3, then I'll take that bet.
But that's the one thing I like about what Russ has been doing. He hasn't been taking every 3 y'all give him. He drives to the basket and he gets fouls. He always, I know you get nervous. When Devin Booker gets 2 fouls early because of Russell Westbrook's aggression. Or DeAndre gets 2 fouls early because of Russell Westbrook's aggression. And that's what I like. Is that when they double, usually if Russell gets the ball, if it's not the first pass or the second one, he's beeline straight for the basket. And most of the time, if you guys don't get in his way, he'll make the layup. He blew 1 or 2 last game. Or if you do get in the way, they call a foul. So Russ has been going the line that I like. And that's the one thing that I think is always helping us is that what I think is a goal is get DeAndre Ayton in foul trouble and get him out the game or get him guessing on defense so we can get free layups. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I'm fine with Biyombo though in the back.
But and the thing about Biyombo's play, his block on Russ changed the momentum of that game because we
And
were
that's why
going
I
to the
want him in
basket
there.
hard. And when he blocked that, I feel like the Clippers stopped driving the ball to the hoop. And that was a problem for me. I was like, okay, he got a block. Who cares? Let's keep going to the basket. He's not going to get everything. You know
Biyombo is one of the best shot blockers in the NBA.
Yeah, he is.
And it's great to have that, as a backup. And if Ayton does get in foul trouble, or when he does because of his mental lapses, it's nice to have Biyombo there for sure. And then if we need the offensive threat, then throw Jock in there. Jock's a better offensive player, but ultimately, it's nice to have Biyombo back there because it kind of prevents a lot of the driving there. I don't know. So I think Westbrook is gonna. Okay. I think relying on Westbrook to be as efficient offensively. So we can both agree that Westbrook scoring 28 points and going 9 for 16 is remarkable, right? For him, right? It's surprising. Yeah.
I mean, the layups. I mean, yeah, for sure.
It's surprising. He went 2 or 3 for 3, and and that's not similar to how you feel about Torrey Craig putting up 17 and 22. Like, do you also agree realistically that Westbrook will most likely not be as offensively efficient as he was last game throughout the series?
I don't think he scores. I think obviously we need him to score a 28-point game. I don't think we need him to score a 28-point game. I think he goes back to where he usually is at, which is like the 20-point range. But I think that 8 free throws he gets is going to happen every game. I think he goes 8 for 8 every single game. Yeah. Which is fine. All right. That's what I'm saying. If we get 22 points from him and 8 of those are free throws and he scores 4 layups, I mean, that's another 16 points. And I count on him making 1 or 2 threes. So if Russ stays in the 22-point range, I'm cool. The reason I think he scored more and was a little bit more aggressive is because we weren't making threes. You know what I'm saying? We were not knocking down shots. So I think game 3, for my prediction, that the Clippers win by 5. I'm going to go with the 5. How much do you think the Suns win by?
I think the Suns are going to win by double digits in the next game and make a statement.
Again?
Yeah. Wow. I told you, I think that we figured it out how to beat y'all, and we're going to go and win 4 straight. So I think it's going to be Suns in 5. And I think we're just going to continue to double Kawhi, and he's going to have no help.
Well, all right. Let's move on to the stomp heard around the world. Draymond Green has been suspended. We'll give our quick take. I know you got things to do. We both got things to get back to. But Draymond Green suspended. Yeah. Do you agree?
No, of course not. Because I'm not an idiot. Like, I think that these suspensions need to be objective. I don't think a player's resume should ever be factored into it. I do think that Draymond Green was treading the line a little bit just with his antics at the end of the game. And, I feel like he's a media personality now, so he gets it. He's talking. He likes being the bad guy. So he was playing into that a little bit. And I thought it was kind of fun. I've never been a huge fan of Draymond's, but, like, I think it's fun.
I enjoy it.
And I will agree that Sabonis grabbed his foot. And he also grabbed someone else on his way down. I think that if you're going to suspend, I don't know. And then the fucking, I think Sabonis is being dramatic. I don't think that Draymond stepping on him was really hard, just from my perspective, but I don't know. I don't want to talk shit on someone's potential injuries, but I think there was a little bit of acting from Sabonis, and I think Draymond getting suspended is really ridiculous.
Yeah, I also think so. I think it's ridiculous too. I don't think Draymond should have been suspended. I do think Sabonis actually did kind of hurt, and if he's not, the Kings are milking it by getting him X-rays and all this stuff. Yeah, he's questionable for game 3.
He's fine.
And things like that.
He's gonna play game 3.
Yeah, he better play. This is a chance to take a 3-0 lead. He better play.
Yeah,
because if he doesn't, that kind of evens the playing field. So I don't think, and I agree with you, like, they shouldn't be looking at the past, the reason why they should suspend them for this one. And once again, I agree again. I'm going to keep saying this. I know you're like, dang, Charles is agreeing on everything. Because Josh made some good points, is that his antics after, I know some people saying because of his antics is the reason why he got suspended, because Adam Silver was there. Come on, guys.
No, it shouldn't be subjective.
We all acting like we didn't like Dennis Rodman for real. How many people they're about to do a movie about the man? Because I'm not saying Draymond's Dennis, but we all technically kind of love Dennis Rodman's antics. We all enjoyed watching it because he was so good on the court that his antics was like, okay, cool, bro. You get to go to a party the night before a finals game, and they fly back and have a 20 rebound game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's the Kawhi-like players who have no antics whatsoever, no emotion, and then there's people like Draymond who are the complete opposite, or people like Patrick Beverley and stuff, and they make the league dramatic, so it's good for the league. So
the people that we don't like, emotional wise, is the Lucas, the Pascals, the guys that we know are really good, and we feel like you don't need to complain. Right. You're fantastic. Stop it. But they love to do it after every single play.
Right.
But we're not getting off course. But if Draymond's out, this series is over. This series is done. And that's the one thing I do agree with Charles Barkley, is that it's taken away from how good the Kings are playing. The Kings are playing fantastic. Mike Brown is coach of the year. De'Aaron Fox just won clutch player of the year.
Love Fox.
The Kings, I feel like we're going to win this series anyway off of just these first two games. But this is like obvious now.
I hate how this suspension is like causing the it's like, oh, this is why they lost. No Warriors fans, all y'all that shit talking. I love to see y'all lose, boy. Y'all lost because you aren't better than the Kings. That's what happened. De'Aaron Fox is dancing all over you guys. So it's beautiful to see.
Malik Monk going crazy too.
Yeah, who would have thought that?
Off the bench.
Right.
And then another guy. There's another guy that's out. That's kind of, Ja Morant and Giannis are out, which had sparked this debate.
Stupid.
Written.
I know where you're going.
This debate by Zach Harper that wrote this whole article about how the charge should be banned.
Who said that? Zach Harper?
Zach Harper. He's cool. I met him. We've done a show with him. He's cool people.
He's not cool with me.
I don't agree with the article.
He's not cool with me after this dumbass. That article, I'm sorry. I hate to be personal about this, but like that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, because it will ruin the game. Like the problem is not the charge or the people trying to draw a charge. The problem is that people are risking these dangerous drives, like when they're on the offensive side and they're jumping in the air and being too aggressive and risking an injury themselves. It is not the responsibility of the defender to keep the offensive opponent safe when they're driving. It is that player's responsibility to keep himself safe. And we don't want to encourage cheap shots or things that will increase the risk, but like they're risking them falling on the ground and breaking something and getting injured by being so reckless. They're reckless. Like Ja Morant is reckless. What's his name? Giannis is reckless. They'll just like dive and jump into people in midair. What do you think's going to happen? Getting rid of the charge is not the answer. It's about, don't be so reckless when you're driving to the lane and just expect, you're diving into people. What do you expect?
Or be reckless and be okay with being reckless.
Right.
That's we enjoy like Ja being reckless. We enjoy Giannis going to basketball.
It's great to see.
Disregard for life.
But it's not the defensive player's fault. Yeah,
you got to deal with the consequences if you try to avoid somebody midair.
Right.
Like that's what it was. For one, I think Ja didn't go up confidently. Ja was favoring that hand. I think he lands differently if his hand wasn't already hurt. Yeah. Giannis is just, it happens. I'm a basketball player. You're a basketball player. I've gone up and I try to change my trajectory and hit the guy, and I've fallen on my back.
Could you imagine how terrible the game of basketball would be without the charge foul? Like
it'd be an all-star game. It'd be the NBA all-star game.
Exactly. It would pretty much people like Giannis just like literally just bulldozing his way, jumping in the air, and just like being completely reckless with no regard for anything. And it would be terrible for the game. Honestly, that is the worst opinion I've heard in a very long time when it comes to basketball.
It is bad.
Yeah.
It'd be just layups and dunks. Because as soon as you get past the guy, it's a wrap. You can't do nothing.
Right. It's already hard enough for defenders. It's already difficult enough.
You know what would happen? Somebody get their arm broke. Because somebody will swipe down so hard A lot of hands will be broken. A lot of forearms will be broken. Arms will be dislocated. Fingers hurt because of that. Because all you can do if you can't take a charge is swipe down at the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody because if there's no, so you can't. I can't believe that.
It's already so difficult for defenders and to not foul. You know, and if you take away that, they have no ammunition. Like they will have no ability to stop people like Giannis or stop people like Ja, who are just incredible athletes and can fly through the air and are very strong. You know, like Giannis. And it will be near impossible to stop them. They'll average 50 points a game. Like you can't take away the charge.
And the thing is that I feel like it was just kind of like tunnel vision off of just what just happened. Because when we're talking about the charge, it's not just people going to the rim hard. It's people backing down. Joel Embiid will have a field day. He'll just back down. You can never stay in front of him. He's bigger than everybody in the league.
Right.
For one, big dudes will be guys with no skill but really good at backing down will be incredible in the league. There was no charges. You'd be just backing people down. You can't do nothing about it. You can't stand in front. You can't take a charge. They're just going to back you all the way down to the basket and then just dunk on you. It's every single time. Shaq if Shaq was in the league and there was no charges, he would have had 60,000 points.
Right. It's just such a dumb opinion. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't vibe with that. I don't know if that was clickbait or what, but like that would be the worst move.
I mean, I think Athletic is 2 for 2 for clickbait right now. They posted that other thing with the saying that the worst players, the players that picked Trae Young that'd be the most overrated, but only 54 people in the NBA voted that, which is like what 4% or 12% of the league that said that, which is because players don't want to answer that question. No one's going to call somebody overrated. You all
guarantee it's players that aren't even playing, like a Theo Pinson and stuff like that. No offense to Theo, but like you know what I'm saying. Like it's like players that are riding the bench.
Yeah, for real. Like what overrated in the NBA? We all know. We've all seen the Brian Scalabrine videos and roasting regular folk. Every NBA player is good in their own right. Now, are all of them KDs? No, I'm never gonna call Trae Young over for what? That man, because I can't name 15 other guys that can score the ball like Trae Young.
Yeah.
I probably can if I took my time.
Right.
But it's not many people that can score like Trae is scoring. He's not doing well in the playoffs. But Trae is really nice on offense. Is he a liability on defense? We all know that. He's small.
Tiny.
That's what it is. He's tiny. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, appreciate this. Good luck on Game 3.
Yeah. Good luck.
So, I hope we can take this. You know what? I'm just going to leave it there. Thank y'all for listening. And see y'all after Game 3.
Suns in 5, baby.
Clippers in 6.